I've never come across a consistency of shit and said, do you know what, that's not bad. That is actually one of my better flavours. Welcome to the podcast. It's me, Chris and Siobhan. Listen to us talk about stuff or don't. Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of the podcast. What were you saying there?
It's just so ridiculous. Right. So this is the headline. I saw it on Twitter today. What caused the outbreak of mysterious eye injuries at a recent Trump rally? And they say an expert weighs in here. So some scientists said like it was either chemical exposure.
Why, was there a lot of eye injuries?
Yeah.
How many injured eyeballs are we talking?
When he was shot, is it?
No. This is only a few weeks ago. Several people who stood on stage with Donald Trump at his Tucson, Arizona rally reported eye injuries after the event, saying they suffered pain and temporary blindness. Although he said he'd really need to examine the patients for sure, Dr. Jules Winokur, Residency Program Director and Vice Chair of Ophthalmology for Northwell Health. That was so much work to read that out.
God, it was so much work to hear it.
Yeah, I stopped listening a while ago.
Told people
You're turning into Siobhan.
Yeah, but this is hilarious. So he has a professional take on it that it was injuries could have resulted from inadvertent chemical exposure or UV light toxicity. But what the other people are saying is
the haters.
Well, I definitely hate him after this. They sprayed something to cover up the smell of poo-poo.
No.
Like, why wouldn't you use some form of an air freshener and not a fucking chemical that can blind a nation?
Like, okay.
When you shit yourself, it doesn't smell that much.
How do you know?
Because he did shit himself.
Because I've shit myself, as we discussed this last week. I have done a few times.
And you don't.
I know, but there's
I know
a
you
difference.
like to think.
Because like when I finished,
don't stink.
because when we finished,
It depends on the consistency of it, doesn't it?
Well, no, shit stinks. I've never come across.
And the diet.
I've never come across. I've never come across a consistency of shit and said, do you know what, that's not bad. That is actually one of my better flavours.
Flavors.
And I ate cabbage.
But it would depend. Like, imagine you got food poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
And like that would be different to just you lifting something very heavy and losing control of your
Have you ever gotten food poisoning?
I think a lot of people misdiagnose themselves with food poisoning because I did get food poisoning once.
Right.
And I was nearly dead from it.
Yeah,
Really
I did in
And most
Thailand
people-
and ended up in hospital.
That's what I mean. Most
awful,
people,
yeah.
you have to go to hospital if you get food poison.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, I have kind of a pain here, I have food poison. No, you don't. Are you dead? Are you in a hospital?
But did you die?
Exactly,
Did you
yeah.
die, yeah.
Food poison is so brutal.
What
It is,
did you
yeah.
eat, or do you know what caused it?
I think it was raw chicken, yeah. Apparently.
You absolutely deserve that then.
No, I'm no scientist, but raw chicken will do it to you.
Why did you? Oh, stop! I can't even.
Because I was like 3/4 way through it and I was like, huh, that is very pink.
Did you cook
Did you
it
cook
yourself?
It?
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course I did. I know
Extra good enough for you. Extra good enough for you.
It's a
You
slap
deserve
myself.
every bit of that.
You were so hungry you couldn't wait for it to finish cooking.
I sued myself. I took money out of one hand and put it in the other. There you go. Thank you for your time.
And what did you eat?
Mickey.
We were in Thailand and I just wanted to... What?
Nothing, carry on. Listen back and you'll get it.
Tune in tomorrow.
So
Tune in tomorrow and you'll get it.
no, we were in Thailand and I just wanted something a little bit different after 2 weeks of eating, their food. So I went for spaghetti bolognese and I was eating it and I was like, this tastes a little bit different, but not awful, just different. And I was a bit unsure about it, but I kept eating. Within 2 hours, I was vomiting non-stop. Nothing would stop it. And then I had to get tuk-tuk up to the hospital. Yeah, with a plastic bag, getting sick into it. And then because I was on my honeymoon, they were trying to convince me I was pregnant. I'm like, I am not pregnant. This is something
You were in
completely
Thailand?
different. What?
You were in Thailand.
I was in Thailand.
When?
2006.
I don't remember that too.
Yes.
16 days.
Why were you there?
Honeymoon.
Honeymoon, I just said.
Oh,
And then I was there one day. And, what?
Your man, yeah.
Keith.
Anyway, so I was in Thailand and we went on this excursion one day.
Nice fella. He escaped. He escaped there.
It's okay. She has another one on the hook now. What did you went where the next day?
I'd love to go to Thailand.
It was
I would too,
fabulous.
actually, yeah.
It was really, really nice, except for the food poisoning. And then, well, we went to a show one day. There was a monkey, right, and he was cycling a bike. And any time he'd pass us, ex-husband, he'd hiss at him.
That monkey knew. He knew something.
It was so funny, so
Monkey
funny.
hisses.
Yeah,
Monkeys
he'd like
don't
a
even hiss. He
weird-
must have really disliked him.
But it was
Where's
like a
that monkey? I need
scream,
to do a
like it was
noise.
like a hiss. I swear to God. Yeah, and sure he was cycling a bike. How many monkeys can do that? I mean,
How do you teach a monkey how to cycle a bike?
Same as a child. I mean, I reckon. What's their?
oh
What's
no,
their?
I bet you it's brutal.
Have
I
they
bet,
like
you, I
a?
bet you they're like
They're beaten, I reckon.
hitting
yeah.
him down the head.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Or hissing
That's
at him,
really
probably.
mean.
Hissing.
Maybe that's where you got it.
That's what we picked up from.
And then
the-
another time I flung a monkey off my shoulder because he tried to steal my ice cream and I was hot and I wasn't in the mood for
You
it. And then
flung him off your shoulder.
Yeah, he went to grab my ice cream and I went, fuck that, and threw him off my shoulder, like just angry out of because I can't deal with the heat. People were in stitches laughing at me and I didn't catch myself in the moment. I was like, oh my God.
Fuck off, you
get me
fucking
out of
prick.
here.
And then there's loads, like a ring of people around you.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you've been
But anyway,
affected by
it was a lovely
this
holiday, I
You
swear.
can contact the ISPCA.
Peter's local helpline is
If you've
1800.
if you've been affected by this conversation, please contact PA.
My God, you're a monkey beater.
So am I.
What?
Nothing.
I missed that too.
You definitely
Watch
have
it
to listen to
tomorrow.
that. Watch it tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow.
hell.
The podcast that is not a thing. I'd love to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
It's meant to be really cheap over there.
I can't remember. I think it was. And we actually stayed in Bangkok for 2 nights as well. That was fabulous, the Bangkok Marriott Hotel. And there was a woman inside the hotel, almost like it looked like she was sat on a lake playing a mandolin. It was fabulous.
I wonder, like, for Thai people that come over here, do they think Ireland is, like, really boring and stuff?
Cold and boring.
Cold and boring.
Yeah.
And grey.
Yeah.
Loads of people complaining.
Because you go over there, like, that everything is so colourful. It's fabulous, yeah. It's
What about ladies
nice.
swimming
The only
around
thing
in-
is I got a bit freaked out because we went downtown in Bangkok and there was just lights, people, noise, everything happening all at once. And
Oh, that would
A
trigger me.
neurodivergence nightmare.
yeah, I couldn't. I needed to lie down after that. There was too much happening.
That's actually really nice of me lately.
What?
Lying down?
Me too. I love
hate that I
standing
have
up.
to do that.
Like loads of noise triggers the shit out of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we were in a restaurant up in Centre Parks and now the
Centre
lads,
Parks.
What?
Centre Parks.
Centre Parks, that's what I said.
No.
Centre Park.
Centre Parks, Cardiff,
There you go.
Manchester. And we were in this restaurant and we were with all the lads. Actually, they weren't too bad, to be fair. Even though there was like, I don't know, like 27 children here. And, but between the noise... Give me some backtracking there so I can tell the story. Between the noise of the plates banging and plates dropping and the music was really loud in there and people were really loud then as well because the music was so loud.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So they were
And-
turning up
Yeah.
the music to drown out the people, and people were talking louder to drown out the music.
And it was just so loud in there. And I was like, oh my God. And we just ate. And I was like, are you getting dessert? They're like, yeah, we get a free ice cream. I was like, okay, I'm out. I'll meet you
Dunsky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
outside
I'd
the
be
front
annoyed
door
with that
and
as
I'll
well.
be waiting there. Got up the door.
Yeah, same. I don't like. No, but
That's
is
why I
that
don't
just
go out
everyone
anymore.
when they get older? It's just
That's why you don't go out anymore. I can't handle that noise.
it's very loud.
Yeah, it was pretty noisy last night as well. It was good.
Even
crack,
with
though.
you, even when you're drinking, you have this radio blaring. And it's that music that you like. And it's
Techno?
so... Oh
Dance
my
music?
God, it's so annoying. It's like dum, 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 dum. It's
Yeah.
like 2 hours later. Dum, dum, chicka, 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 dum.
I
dum,
love it. That
dum.
music's like flossing your brain.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally flossing my brain with barbed wire. It's like
Or you're
dum,
just not
dum,
into it.
dum.
But
An
then
hour later,
that
then
rubbish
it'll
you played
change.
in the car yesterday for me.
It'll change a little bit.
Das House.
Like an hour into the dum, dum, dum. And it'll go, ricka, 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 dum, dum, dum. And then it'll do that for another hour. And then another hour into it, it'll go, DJ in the house. Dum, dum, dum. I was like, oh my God, turn off that shit. Give me Garth Brooks in it. Looking back.
Spicy. Is it
Is
true?
anyone in Hollywood nice
are you
anymore?
safe from anyone?
famous?
Nobody knows anymore.
Are any of them nice?
Yeah, I give up. I
I think all the
actually give up.
superstar comedians are safe enough.
Russell
like-
Brand.
No, because he was partying with him. I mean, good comedians.
Like who?
like Tom Segura.
Oh, Tom is brilliant. I love
Yeah,
him.
he's very funny.
He's back in Ireland in March.
His
Will
wife
he
is
come on the
hilarious.
podcast?
I'd love to get him on, yeah. We'd have to probably go to Dublin though to meet him.
That's
sit
all
up
right.
there.
We'll do that. Sure, you worked out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ask him to come on the podcast then.
Yeah, I'm going to message him when he comes over, but
We have a lineup.
I'd never been to a comedy show before that last year, before I went to Thomas Segura.
Ever?
Ever?
Never. It's just, I just thought
You're missing out.
I'd find it boring.
No.
And so I was talking to him, we went training, we went got dinner. He goes, I got some free tickets if you want to go to the show tomorrow. And I was like, I'll throw you in backstage or whatever. I was like, yeah, I suppose I've nothing else to do, go on. So I went.
Cool as a breeze, like, whatever.
It was so funny. Oh my God. There was
He
3
is
stages.
excellent.
He's such a good comedian. He's such a good, do you know what he is? He's a really good storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was 3 times, I remember, because there was 3 times of that show, it was like an hour and a half long, where I was literally crying, laughing. And I was on my own.
Where were you sitting?
Like front row.
No way.
And then we were backstage for a while.
Backstage. Who else did you meet backstage?
Backstage, I met do you know the E Street Band?
No.
Joe Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band.
No.
The E Street Band.
Wow.
You know the E Street Band? You know Bruce Springsteen?
I do, yeah.
You know your man.
You know his band? They're called
The fellas behind him.
the E Street
playing
Band.
the instruments.
Yeah, but they're an actual band that what do you call 2 things that come together?
That your phone is in the way. It's really
Collab
annoying. I
together?
can't see you.
I know, it is so annoying. Will you fix it?
No, because I have this small little, while you're sitting in those palatial chairs over there, I have to squeeze out of a table that will fall over.
Silence,
And
peasant.
then-
If you keep talking now, you'll stand for the rest of the show.
So why don't you get up off your very cosy, warm, fuzzy chair and move the bloody phone? Oh God, that's awkward.
Oh my God, I forgot we're recording for a live studio audience. We should have that canned laughter. Press a button.
No, oh, I hate it.
It sounds so 90s now, actually.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the curtain is covering.
I saw that somewhere for a new thing. There's a new comedy show coming out, and they have that candy. What you call it? A candy
Canned
laughter.
laughter.
Canned laughter.
Candy laughter, and everyone's giving out about it because there's no need of it.
There is no
No,
need of it.
at
None.
all.
We can laugh on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell me when to laugh.
Don't tell me when to laugh. Do you remember that? The cards at Shrek? Do you remember the wedding? Everyone applauded. Do you remember we were looking at the Tinder dates last week?
Yes.
I got hooked in them.
Shocker.
Do we need to tell Lena
Because-
something?
No, hooked in the stories because they're so juicy. But I came across this one, which reminded me of a personal experience.
Oh.
Oh,
Go
do
on.
tell.
So this one goes, I had been on a few dates with a guy I met on Tinder. All things seemed to go on really well. We had common interest. He was funny, smart, attractive, and incredibly kind. One evening he invited me over to his house. We had always had public dates beforehand, and I agreed. The night started out great. He cooked dinner, we watched a movie, and things started to lead towards the bedroom. Before we got there, he asked if he could show me his favourite room in the house. Somewhat confused, I agreed. He opened the door beside his bedroom, and we walked into a baby nursery. Not just any nursery, a nursery with an adult-sized crib.
Oh,
What?
no.
An
He's one of
adult-sized
them.
crib, changing table, diapers, etc. He told me that he was into baby role playing and would be very happy if I would agree to be his mommy. I'm a very open-minded person, but that's not something I would be able to do for him, and politely excused myself. He messaged me the next day asking if I would reconsider, and I once again politely told him that we could no longer see each other.
Block.
Oh my God.
That is
What would you
weird.
do?
That I'd die.
Well,
I'd
after
run
you
straight
finish
out of the house.
laughing,
But but
you'd
can
have to
imagine-
leave fairly quickly.
Can imagine, like, you imagine you're in that situation. And
But like, is he talking like
you're
a
going
baby?
to-
and
Does he
like,
actually shit into the diaper?
Yeah.
And he wants me to clean it up?
Yeah.
He'd get some box.
But
We've enough arses wiped in our lifetime now. So that's-
Imagine.
imagine the first thing that's going through your head when he says, "Oh, can I show you my room?" You're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, this dickhead is into PlayStations now." So you're thinking it's
Gamer
a
kind
a
of
game
room.
or,
Yeah.
and then you open it up and you're like, "What is going on
like
here?"
how I actually don't know how I'd react in that moment. Like that is so.
He must
weird.
have really trusted her. How many dates had they been on?
Couple of dates.
A couple of dates that he trusted her enough to show her that. Like, if I was into that, I don't think I'd want anyone to know. Although that it's no
change
good
your
on your own.
nappy?
Yeah, wipe your own arse. Like, where do you? Oh my God.
That's
But like, imagine when they shit themselves, and like I've changed Freddie's nappy a couple of times. And don't you have to clean the shit on the Mickey and the balls and that. Can you imagine doing that for
How do you?
an
Because you know, with
adult?
babies, you sort of hold their two legs like that, and you pull them up, and you're wiping this. How do you do that to a fella? Right, cross your legs like. Oh, stop!
Oh my God!
Imagine having his
There's
legs
so
in the
much
air.
wrong. And like, it's
Wipe him.
fine. It's fine with a baby, right? But can you imagine an adult, a hairy adult,
Oh my
and there's so
God.
much hair and shit everywhere.
Oh, then the wrong size nappy and it goes up his back.
Punami.
Oh my God! And can you imagine you greet it, and you're there,
Oh my
and he farts.
Stop.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, I'm actually
Like,
But-
those are some serious issues.
What is wrong with people?
Oh my God.
You know, and I normally say, you know, there's room for everybody in the world. It's a big place, but that.
Well, as our cousin
What
Nuni
happened
said,
then,
there's
though?
someone for everyone. There's someone out there like that would enjoy
What
being
happened
the,
then?
the mommy in that situation.
That's what they're
Well, his
like,
mother
what?
must have abandoned him, so now he's trying to,
Get a new mommy.
yeah, basically relive the
But
thing.
as I said before I started the story, I had a similar experience.
Oh, go on.
what? You would change someone's nappy?
No.
An adult?
So, I like obviously I get loads of requests.
Louds.
Loads of
Louds.
requests. I do get loads of requests, right? But I always ignore them because like they're always fucking.
Well, you ignore
freaks.
everyone, so that's not
I ignore
unusual.
everyone. But this time they went really personal. So I was walking to the gym one day, into my gym, and
The guy.
The guy.
the guy,
Oh, the guy.
and the reception desk were like, "Oh, there's someone rang here for a while ago." I was like, "Rang here for me? Never happens." And I was like, "They rang here for me." He goes, "Yeah, they rang here looking for you."
They
And
rang
I was-
the gym.
Rang the gym.
And probably a gym that you don't pay for. You just breeze in and out of whenever
Yeah,
you want.
absolutely.
So how has she
I don't
found
even pay
you?
for the gym, and they're like, they're looking for you, and here's the number, and on the number, I won't give the name out, but it was the name and the number, and it was a +44. It was like from the UK,
Right.
and I was like, what was it about? He said something about sponsorship. I was like, okay. So rang it back, and he was like, listen, I know what it's like for young athletes. This is years ago, obviously. Young athletes, like it's sucking strong, man. You've no sponsorship, you've no money coming in, and I can see your potential. I can just see you going all the way, and I just want to help out. And I was like, yeah, but what do you want back? Do you want me to share something, or what is it? He was like, no, I want nothing back. I was left a load of money from my parents. I'm set up for the rest of my life. I just want to help people
Where
out.
is this story going?
No strings attached.
No strings attached, right? So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to play along. I was like, so, right, what do we do?
Do
He
you know
goes-
what? Money. That was the thought
So
process.
then he walked in the door, and I saw was this big sign, this big euro
Dollar
sign.
signs just walking around.
So he was like, let's meet up so we can get to know each other. And
Pew,
Oh.
pew, pew, pew.
I'm freaked out already. This is
I was telling one of the lads, and it was one of the lads was pushing me to go on, say yeah for the crack. I was like, right, okay. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's meet up. So he came down from the north into Limerick, and he said, we'll just go for dinner and that'll be it. So I got one of the lads to wait out in the car in case I was kidnapped and raped. So it's like, keep an eye on me, cunt. So he sat out in the car, I went inside, and the deal was if I have dinner, he'll just give me money over the table, €1,000. Right? So I was like, you know, because like
no, that's not normal. I don't know, and it has never happened
You
to me.
know the way that happens.
fucking throw money at you.
But, like-
people are flat out throwing money at us.
I'd be hard enough human to pin down. Do you know what I mean?
Physically?
Physically, yeah.
Right.
Well, emotionally, mentally. Anyway.
So I was like, what's the worst he can do? And the fella that was with me. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Okay.
And plus, the guy in the car was like 6'7". So it's not as if
Your minder.
Sorry.
my minder was 6'7", yeah.
It's just a meeting of giants.
So this fella, so I was like, let's do it for the crack. So
Right.
went in, there he was. And he was like this bad late 50s looking fella. Really obese. Dressed like Kin from Barlow. Do you know that little rain jacket?
What?
What?
Or Kin from Barlow. Come on. Kin Barlow from Coronation Street. Kin from Barlow. Do you know Kin Barlow
Did
from
you get
Coronation
any
Street?
sleep last
Yeah.
night?
Do you know the way he dresses?
Did you have drinks last night? That one sip
Do you know
of
that-
cider must have had
Do you know
poison in it.
that really old raincoat. Anyway, that's what he was dressed like.
Do you mean Roy Cropper? That weird.
Yes, yeah, him, yeah.
God,
that
it wasn't even the right character.
You know the really handsome devil on Coronation
It's not him.
Street? Not him.
Roy Copper. So anyway, went inside.
Oh God, he'd one of those jackets on.
Weird.
I think
Small
they're-
as well, so like there was no way he was going to manhandle me. And I wasn't. I had in my head I wasn't going to accept any drinks either in case I got fall down and wake up with a sore hole.
in case
Oh
he'd
God,
roofie
did
you.
he have that really weird hair? Do you know when the hair is really straight? It's a nick as well, and it's so straight at the back. It doesn't take the shape of
yeah.
their skull. It just points out and greasy.
And when you touch it, you used all the oil.
Did he wear really thick glasses?
Did he wear glasses? I don't think so.
Did he smell?
I mean, for someone that
Yes.
can't see very well,
Like
they
smell
freak
of
me out.
I haven't washed in a while. You know the kind of dirty sweet
Oh,
smell.
that skin smell, dirty sweet. Yeah.
He smells like his shower is broken. But if he needed a shower, he could go to the neighbours.
That's
and use
really
theirs.
specific.
But like he wasn't getting on with the neighbours.
And so he
So,
didn't
like-
go for a shower. Okay,
so,
anyway,
like-
to make a long story more boring, let's get back to it.
It's not boring. It's got a really good ending.
Okay.
What else is he wearing besides the coat?
Pants, Roy Copper shoes. Actually, you know what? I think it was Roy Copper.
Now that I think about it.
So anyway, went down. We had our dinner. He goes, "Oh, I'm going to stay here for night. Do you want to meet tomorrow again for dinner?"
You're like, oh,
I was like, "For fuck's sake!"
Money, 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 money.
So I was like, pushed the money across the table, and I went, "Yoink! Thank you very much for your
That's
sponsorship."
it. I didn't say.
Thank you, Roy. And
you know, like when they do it in the bank so fast. It's hilarious. I'd love to be able to count money that fast. I'll never need the skill, of course, but like I'd like to be able to do it anyway. But go on anyway.
put the money in my pocket, into my car, drove way home. Told your man. What? One away home. Go on.
Okay, go on.
And so anyway, he was like, "Do you want to meet tomorrow before I go away?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, go on." Went in and went, because he'd said he'd give me more money. I was like, "Okay."
Sure.
And I mean you for free, sir. And give me more money. Had dinner. And he was like, "Will you drop me back to the train station?" And I was thinking to myself, this could be weird. But okay, go on, fuck it. So got into the car, give me more money, dropped me back to the train station. He went back.
Was there a security guard there the second day?
No. I
Okay.
said, like, it's okay, I can handle this fella easily.
Okay.
I'm inside out like a fucking glove. Dropping back to the train
Everybody
station. That was it. 2 weeks later now, Ireland's Strongest Man was happening. So he was like, "Oh, if you're coming up, we'll go for dinner again."
Okay.
And I was like, "Certainly."
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, Mr. Sir.
Certainly.
My
So-
wallet got itchy.
So we went up. 1 second now. So heading up to Ireland's Strongest Man, he was like, "I got us a booking in this restaurant." I was like, "Perfect, give me the address." I had big balls with me, 6'7" guy with me,
Right.
just in case. And he was competing. So we're looking for this address, right? I was like, "Is this the address of the restaurant?" He goes, "Yes, this is it." I was like, "Grand." Driving down this road, and I was like, "There is no restaurants on this road. I don't care what anyone says." Pulled up to this house. It brought me to this house in the middle of nowhere. I was like, "What am I doing?
Galvanized shed.
What am I doing here?" Next thing, your man walked out like this. And I was like, and I texted him from the car. I was like, "What happened to the restaurant?" And they're like, "Oh, they cancelled on me. We're just going to have dinner here."
Where's here?
At his house in the middle of
of
nowhere.
Was he wearing
White
a
copper
bloody
shoes.
apron and holding a knife?
So I was like, your man alongside me was weak laughing. He was like, "Hey, we're going to get raped here." So I was like,
Listen, money's
"Fuck's
money."
sake." I was like, "What?" I said, "What?" He just, "No, just come in for tea." And I was like, so next thing the big fella got out and I could literally see his face gone, dropping like that. So he was immediately disappointed that I'd brought someone else to the house. So he was like, "For fuck's sake." I could see his face was like, "Ugh." So anyway, we went into the house.
Need to run in quickly and hide the adult nappies.
We went into the house, right? He's like, "Do you want tea?" And idiot's over here. Idiot alongside me goes, "Yeah, we'll have tea." And I was like, "You fucking idiot, it's going to be spiked with something." So he brought out the tea. And every time he turned his back, we'd throw the tea on the floor so we could pretend we were drinking it. So we put the cups up, and this cunt alongside me was bursting his whole laughing at the whole situation. As you would be. We're in some fucking rapist's house.
Heard the hills have eyes.
Yeah. So this guy goes, "Oh, I must make a phone call. Do you mind if I go outside?" I was like, "You fucking cunt." So he got up, left the house. He was outside on the phone. And I was
You
like,
could probably hear him laughing outside. He's after ringing everyone going, "You'll never guess what."
So I was like, oh, look at the time. And he was like, oh, do you have to go? I was like, yeah. I said, I've a competition tomorrow. I need to go. I need to do stuff.
Training.
Like, not be here. And he goes, okay, give me a big hug so we'll go away. And I was like, oh, Jesus. So I give him one of these ones. And like yeah. Do you know where you'd hug a zombie or something? I was like, oh, and I don't want to catch what you have. And you squeeze him. I was like, why are you so squishy? And we left.
Now, for a fella that was left loads of money, was the house nice?
No, he was lying.
Where'd you get the money then?
Are we near the end of the story?
Oh my God, he probably got out alone and gave you the money.
Long story short, I fucked him off after that because that was so weird and shit. And he wanted to meet after Ireland, so I was like, nope. How about no, Mr. Rapey Pants? So anyway, a couple of weeks later, UK Strongest Man was on. And it was after day 2. I was really tired. And I was just sitting at the dinner table like that on my phone. Just messing with my phone. The lads were talking among each other. So 2 of them were talking among each other. And I goes, oh, for fuck's sake, you stop. I had this fella come up to me and now this guy had been talking to me about buying me gym equipment as well.
Right.
And give me money. So the 2 boys are talking among each other. He goes, oh, I had this fella there a couple of weeks ago, right? He wanted to give me, and I wasn't listening to all, I was just kind of drip drabbing him and playing on my phone. He goes, yeah, he wanted to give me money and buy me gym equipment. And I went, what did he look like? That's such a weird thing. What did he look like? I told no one this, obviously, at the time. He goes, oh, he was a fucking freak. He was like this high, described Roy Copper, the shoes. And I was like, fuck it. And he said, you got money off him? He says, yeah, I got money off him. But he says, went back to his house. And I was like, yeah, what happened? He wanted to dress up as a baby, put a nappy on, shit in nappy, and he wanted your man to change his nappy.
Did those people actually really exist in the world?
I was there. If I didn't bring the big cunt with me, I was going to change nappies.
It wouldn't have gone that far.
No.
It wouldn't be gone that far, but...
Jesus, God love him.
Hang on, the fella that was saying that that's what your man wanted, how far did he go?
Oh, he ran, obviously, at that point. No one's doing that shit.
But you know the confidence of the man at the same time to just bring a
This
stranger
is what
back
I'm
to his
saying.
house, like that confidence.
I'd
You'd have
love
to admire
half
it.
that confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, look what landed back. Like, I still am. I am.
What is wrong with my mouth?
Like 6'2", 140 kilograms, like 24 stone.
He's really
and a
taking a
6'7"
chance.
guy who's like the same weight as me.
You could have killed him.
Easily. We could have put our foot down on him. We could have dunked him down the head and broke his 2 ankles.
Oh, you'd feel kind of sorry for him though. God, like
I don't. It's disgusting.
Does he have anybody in the world? You know,
Nothing. People like that have nothing, do they?
Well, if you have to pay people
But
to be
like,
friends
imagine
with you.
you were there, right? And he says to you, all I want to do, right, is put a nappy on, take a shite in it, and you have to change a nappy, and I will hand you 20 grand. What would you say?
20's not enough.
Not enough.
Okay, if you said I'll hand you 50 grand, just 50 grand cash.
Can you guarantee it would be solid?
You'd risk that. It can't go either
50
way.
grand.
50 grand on the table, and I've pulled my legs up and said, change that.
Would anyone ever find out about it?
Yeah, I'd tell everyone on the podcast.
And can I be drunk doing it?
Would you do it?
No,
You
not
would.
enough money.
You would.
No.
You would.
Would you?
I
Yeah.
did.
Why didn't you then? Fucking Roy Cropper up the north. You could have done it.
But there you go. So you would do it. Which, like,
Everyone
so now
has
we
a
know
price.
there's more than
everyone
one
has a
that's into
price.
this.
Which, like, that's
Imagine we should get those 2 guys to hook up. They'd have a
we'd
great
be
time.
so shit at the PDD party. Imagine. Can I ride you for 100? Yes.
Wait, I didn't tell you what.
I didn't tell you how much. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Just catch it. I'm ready to go everywhere.
I wonder, was there people going around with nappies in that place? I can't cope.
I'm like, yeah, I can't go by that.
Do you know what I
It's
bet all that
ridiculous.
was really was just everyone riding each other. It was
In
like
the
a
P. Diddy
thing.
parties?
Yeah, it was just P. Diddy
There's
riding
no fellas
fellas.
going around in nappies.
No, it was just P. Diddy riding fellas.
You'd imagine that was an epicenter of diseases with all the riding that was
Well,
going
if you're
on.
that
No, when you've
wealthy
that
and
much
stuff,
money,
you'd have to have
all the medical shit done.
Yeah, you'd have to fill. Isn't that what you have to do
But
for
disease
like?
is disease. Like that could sneak in somewhere, you know.
No, the stuff that goes on, like these parties that people go to, you have to be invited. Swinger parties, that's what they're
Yeah.
called. But you have to prove that you're disease free. Like you have to bring some kind of paper.
Oh, really? They're that
Chris, how do you
organised.
know this, Chris?
Because I was listening to.
Because I was there.
No, a fella rang into. Was it the 2 Johnnies? A fella that moved to New York. and he ended up in that scene, and he was explaining about that. Like it's really well controlled, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so they control disease as well, I bet you.
Yeah,
Especially
they
if there's
wouldn't let
100
just
million.
anyone in there. With
If there's 100 million in line, you're going to ring a doctor, come up here and check this fella.
exactly. Yeah.
I know, but like you're P. Diddy and you get Ashton Kutcher to come to your party. You're not going to say, can you please pass me your slip that demonstrates that you're disease-free before you come to my party?
Why wouldn't you?
I bet you it's a thing. You can't just land up to this party and say, if you want to come to my party, it'll cost you 5 million buy-in and you have to have a disease check done.
I mean, it's a small inconvenience.
Well, I think the
Exactly, yeah.
judge has set a date for the trial, so I will absolutely be glued to that.
I wonder who his lawyer is.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
Sucks to be
It'll
him.
have to be the best lawyer in the world because apparently the money where PDD's money came from a bottomless account where they were printing money. So like whatever that solicitor or lawyer wants,
He'll get.
you'll get it. It's on me, lad.
Can't
someone-
even imagine.
I'd hate to be in that situation because I'd 100% be diddled. Diddle away, boys. Diddle away. All you have to do is get a hypnotist.
That's what we were saying a few weeks ago.
Hypnotist PDD out of my head there, please. Thank you.
Does hypnosis does hypnosis actually work?
Show me your hypnotos.
some people, I think maybe we
It
should
does
go
work.
and try it.
It does work.
Katie was actually here last night. She was at a conference thing there. And she was saying they brought a hypnotist in. And he was able to, so he was just doing light stuff. So he was like, he'd get people to draw their names in the air. So he'd go, P, like that, and scribble it out. And then the hypnotist said, "You now say your name." And they'd go, and they couldn't say it.
What?
And he demonstrated this in a couple of different people. So absolutely hypnosis works. Hypnosis.
Hypnosis. You said it wrong as well. Hypnosis.
Did I put in too
That
many,
sounds like a disease you'd get at one of those parties.
a dose of hypnosis? Where'd you get it in your toes? Anyway, Siobhan, am I to see you next Tuesday? Let's
Yeah.
roll.
Am I the see you next Tuesday for laughing at my boyfriend for crying?
Yes. It's so
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, because I obviously haven't read this. So
It sounds mean already. Go on.
yeah. My boyfriend came to my place yesterday evening. I could tell he was exhausted from work and we were about to watch a movie, but he wanted to take a shower first. He came out a few minutes later and looked for something in his jacket.
Speak up.
He looked kind of distraught. I asked him what's wrong and he started laughing while crying a bit. He said he bought a Snickers and couldn't... He said he bought a Snickers and couldn't find it, but he wanted to eat it now. He looked everywhere but didn't find it, and then he started breaking down a bit. And I know it sounds bad, but I started laughing a bit. Why is it a bit? Laughing a bit because the situation seemed so bizarre to me. And I've never seen him cry before. We're dating for 10 months now, and this was the first time I saw him crying, which is insane. But I think that's kind of the reason why I laughed. Anyway, he looked at me while I laughed a bit. What's this a bit about? Anyway, his face kind of dropped. He put on his clothes and told me he'd go home now. I wanted him to stay because he wanted to watch a movie, but he left anyway. I tried texting him the whole night, but he didn't text back. I tried calling him, but he doesn't pick up. And I know that he was online an hour ago. I feel he's still mad at me, or maybe he needs some time to himself, but I feel kind of bad for laughing.
She's a horrible cunt.
That's a stupid story.
A really
not.
stupid story.
It's
And
an
her
important
sentence
story.
construction is awful.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
It's an important story.
Why?
Because, like, the Snickers, he's not crying over the Snickers. The Snickers was the tipping
Point.
point for him. He's obviously a lot more shit going on in his life. And then was like, I can't even find my Snickers now. The Snickers is just tipping point.
How hard did she laugh?
The fact she laughed at all is awful. Because
But it could have been like that caught her by surprise, and she's laughing like out of surprise, and then you
Yeah, 'cause
realise, oh God, no, actually this
You
is
can
serious.
laugh when you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's a reaction.
it's
So
lousy. Control herself. What she should do is probably follow him back to his house because, like, that could be the tipping point where he says, do you know what? I have enough of this crack. And
yeah.
Why
could
would
have
she
been.
blame herself for that?
she shouldn't, but, like,
Well, she tried texting him and calling him, so she
good
did
enough.
make an effort.
Well, he's not allowing her to explain herself or apologise.
Or not giving her the opportunity
because she'll
to.
only laugh at him again.
How do you know she would?
Because she laughed
She
initially.
said it was...
So hang on. Both of them had a reaction. So he had his reaction. She had her reaction. He was allowed to have his reaction. She was not allowed to have her reaction. So actually, it's complicated.
okay. How was last night again? No, she said she described the situation as bizarre. So I think it was she
Uncomfortable.
laughed out of surprise and discomfort
100%,
in the situation.
Horrible. She's the cunt.
Or she just took it at face value that he actually started crying over a Snickers.
Yeah, because he
Well,
didn't
then she must be
say...
retarded because like anyone that would think that.
Yeah,
Anyone-
we edit that bit out.
That'll be a bleeper there. Because anyone would know that was just a tipping point for him. No one's going to cry over Snickers.
No.
Yes,
And
yes,
how
yes,
does
yes.
she process information? She didn't process it thoroughly at that point in time.
Oh, well, then she's just an idiot and she can't help herself.
No, he didn't give her the opportunity to explain herself either. So there's two of them in it.
Yeah.
No, she's wrong.
Why didn't he say if there was something upsetting him?
Yeah.
Because
he not
men,
feel
this is
comfortable enough
exactly
to
it.
tell
Men
her?
bottle stuff up for that reason, because they bottle stuff up and then when they say, and have a mental breakdown, she fucking laughed into his face. This is why they don't talk.
So it's the women's fault that men don't talk.
No, it's everyone's fault, not women. Not women only laugh. It's
So
men
we're back
as well.
to my point. It's both of their faults.
No, not his fault. It's their fault.
But men
People
should
like
talk to
her.
other men more.
Yeah, they should, but they won't.
So
I don't
how's that
think
our
it's
fault?
changing,
How's that
though.
women's fault?
I didn't say it was women's fault. I said it was
Oh my God.
people like her.
Turn into a brawl in a minute.
It's people like her's fault. People like her, not her.
It's not, she just had a reaction and she's clearly feeling bad about it because she tried to text him and call him, but he's like,
Okay, so if he turned around and stabbed her at that point, he's just having a reaction.
no,
It's okay. It was just a reaction. I stabbed you yesterday, and I'm talking to myself.
that's
But
more
it's
than a
just-
reaction.
That's
a
yeah.
violent
Same thing.
outbreak.
It's not the
It's a
same
reaction.
thing. So not the same thing.
No.
Anyway, he should dump her. DJ Siobhan in the house.
Going to do some beatboxing over here. No, I think he needs to cop himself on. The two of them need to sit down and have a chat.
It's still new, like, as well.
Yeah,
you
10
don't
months
know
is very
someone
new.
after 10 months of dating them.
No.
She's lousy, and she needs to be dumped.
He needs to maybe talk about his feelings more. Not get upset over Snickers.
Yeah, I wonder are they still really awkward in each other's company? And then he did that and he was feeling awkward and then she laughed and then she felt awkward and he left and now it's...
What if it was the girl that started crying over the Snickers? You'd be like,
And he
Jesus
laughed.
Christ, would she ever relax?
I wouldn't react like that. I'd immediately know, this is not about a fucking Snickers. No one is crying. There's 10 of them in the press.
But maybe there was none in the press.
No one's crying over Snickers.
Oh, if you
you're
really
like-
wanted one, though.
Unless you're a
Well,
starving.
actually, I'd love one
Actually,
now.
I'd love one now.
Yeah, we'll have to get one.
Okay.
No,
I want a
like
canna as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's the cunt.
A
in
can
the
of
story.
Fancy that.
Fanta. Huh?
She
A can
is.
of Fanta.
You're a can of Fanta.
Coke.
Okay, anyway, so there we go.
So,
I'd love to hear the update to that one if there was one.
Yeah, me too.
Take your time.
sorry.
All day.
Dear Pa. So this is like a first date. We had met briefly
on a
before.
voice.
You finished? We had met briefly before and she stopped by my house before we went out to eat, as she apparently lived close by. We spoke for like 90 seconds, then she asked to use my bathroom. She must have been in there for an hour. I knocked to see if she was okay. She didn't answer. After a while, I knocked again, a little worried that she'd fainted in my bathroom or something. After like 5 or 10 minutes of knocking on the door and her not replying, I was getting really worried. This is like a first date. I had sudden...
Sorry, where is it? In his house?
At his house now.
Right.
She said, so she landed at the house. She was
Right.
like, can I use the toilet quickly?
Okay, and then she's in there.
She's in there an hour.
I'd get
After-
worried. Yeah,
I would
you'd
too,
think
yeah.
I'd
There's
get
a
really
welfare
worried.
issue.
I'd have
yeah.
knocked that door down.
I would
probably
probably call
wouldn't
the
because-
guards or
yeah.
the ambulance or something.
No, too late. Guards in Ireland, hello, an hour. We'll be there next Tuesday. After like 5 or 10 minutes of knocking on the door and her not replying, I was getting worried. I had sudden fear that she was deaf or something and hadn't told me and couldn't hear me, so I tried to call her phone and I would hear it ring once inside and vibrate and then get muted. I was very confused and worried. I could still sort of hear her moving around on the other side of the door. I was at the point of even saying stuff like, look, if something embarrassing happened there, just don't worry about it. Just let me know you're okay and I'll pass you in whatever you need. No reply. I started opening the door from the outside with a screwdriver, panicking as I got, and just as I got the door open, she just quietly said, occupied. like you might say in a public bathroom. This is after an hour. No, this is after an hour and 15 minutes.
What in God's name was she doing in there?
I know. I started opening the door from the outside with a screwdriver, panicking. Oh yeah, I read that part.
Read it again, it was really good.
And she said, occupied, like you might say in a public bathroom. I opened the door and she was standing in front of the mirror, doing something with her makeup, but didn't seem to be actually wearing any makeup, having been in the bathroom for like an hour. I was like, what the hell? And she was just like, are we late for dinner?
Is that it?
The end of the story?
There's an edit at the end and just...
Off the edge of a cliff.
yeah.
To be continued.
That's kind of it. And just goes on to say, there's no exciting ending to the story. She wouldn't explain as to why she was acting so weird, and we'd literally just met, so I noped out of that whole situation and kicked her out. Sometime later, I happened to be talking to a friend who is a cop about it, and his instinct was that it might have been some sort of setup for a robbery, i.e. she left the doors jammed for others to follow her in, or at least she was scoping the place out, and something went wrong. Example, her accomplices never showed up, or she chickened out.
Oh my God, I never even would have considered that.
God, I'd never
being
considered
an option.
that either.
That's what was she doing? Like, that's
Oh,
it.
I thought she was having some kind of mental health episode or something.
No,
Or
the fact
that a really embarrassing moment. Like, do you remember that girl that and she put the poo in the window, she tried to throw it out, and then she went in after it to fish it out, and then she got stuck in the window, and then they had to ring the fire brigade to get her out. Oh my God!
But the fact that she
legend.
she switched off her phone, and she said occupied.
That's just weird and a bit rude, actually. Because you're in my house.
She's in there
Tell me
for an
what
hour
you're
and a
doing.
half. A bit rude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have left it go on for an hour now. And I would have said,
I
look,
would- a
I'm
20-minute
thinking there's
mark.
something wrong. I better ring the ambulance or the
Oh, yeah,
fire
true.
brigade.
Yeah.
I would like 20 minutes in. I'm coming in 3 minutes.
Get out.
You have 3 minutes, and I'm knocking this door down. There's your warning. 3 minutes up, bang.
Oh my God. I wouldn't.
Do you know what I just think it could be? Because I bet you she probably was... I wonder, was she nervous for the date? Took some mushrooms to relax her and was having an episode and sitting in the toilet.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
No.
Maybe she was doing some drugs in the bathroom.
Because I did some CBD one time and it did strange things to me. I couldn't walk. I had to teach myself how to walk.
Oh, Mr. Sir. Where did that happen?
What?
Like
CBD?
action
He's in
man.
his own little world there.
CBD?
Yeah.
In Liverpool. God, it was one of the worst experiences ever.
I can't say I'd ever.
I tried to jump out the window as well, except for the windows were jammed. I couldn't get it open.
You've gone splat. Like, how many floors up were you?
I was smoking CBD, right? And CBD
Are you
oil.
sure it was
And your man
CBD?
said to me, oh no, he didn't actually, the cunt. He was like, oh yeah, here's some CBD oil if you want. And it was one of the puff things, the vape things.
Yeah.
So did that. Was at an expo. Was down doing meet and greets and stuff like that. And it came like 4 o'clock and I was like, God, I'm really tired of this shit. Do you know, as you would be. And we're going for dinner at like 7 o'clock in the evening. And I was meeting the lads. So went up to my room, went to sleep, woke up and I couldn't move. So I was like, why can't I move? I could not move. I couldn't move. I was laying down. I was like, why can't I? Okay, just move your arms up, you idiot. And I couldn't move my arm. So I spent like 20 minutes in the bed trying to convince myself to move. And eventually I got up and I stood up. I was like, oh, I feel really weird. And I felt like I was walking weird. I was like, why am I walking like a robot? And I was pacing, like looking back. I was literally walking up and down my room. No, that's not how I walk. I was practicing how to walk. No, is this how I walk? And they were ringing me, Pat, come on, we'll go out for dinner. I was like, fuck's sake. So jumped into the shower, had a cold shower, tried to like wash it off me. Was panicking. Then I was looking out the window. I was like, for some reason, I was going to climb out the window and that was going to fix things. So I was like, oh, I can't fit. Come back in. And still was like, why am I walking weird? Went back into the shower again to have another shower. Came back out and I was like, okay, I'm just going to act my way out of this. So got dressed.
I'm going to act my way.
I was going to act my way out of it. You know, like you just act normal. Except I couldn't act normal. I didn't know how to
How
act
do normal
normal.
If you're
people
telling
act.
yourself that you need to act normal, then you are absolutely not normal.
No,
Yeah.
no. And I remember I was walking to the elevator. What felt like I'm like, why am I walking like such an idiot? And I was practicing
Did the
walking.
elevator keep getting further away as you walk towards it?
So I went into the elevator and went downstairs. I was like, oh, we can do this. We can just act normal. Just pretend you're fine. Went down to the bottom floor. there was like 7 lads waiting for me in the lobby, and I just came out. They must be like, what the fuck? So got out at the bottom floor. They were like, oh, hey, pa, come over here. And I walked over to them. I was like, nope. Turned around, went back into the elevator, closed it, went back up to my room for like another hour to let it wear off.
Jesus.
Oh my God, it was the worst thing ever.
The person gave it to you, didn't say.
Give me no warning. And I said to him after, I was like, what was in that CBD? I goes, oh, sorry, it was a little bit stronger this time. Why did you have a bad experience? And I was like, yeah.
Well, I almost unalived myself out a window.
But like eventually when it did wear off, I went downstairs at like 10 or 11 o'clock and they were still there. And one of my friends was after smoking as well, who was in a chair similar to this, one of those kind of buckety ones. And he was like this. He hadn't spoken for like 20 minutes. And he was like this. And I was like, are you okay? And he goes, I was like, you were having that experience I had a while ago, aren't you? And he goes,
oh my God.
Ew.
Never, ever.
No.
never.
Horrible.
Never
It's like
went-
being trapped inside your own body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. Just being trapped inside because I couldn't move.
And not knowing how to work it.
No, it was like, I forgot how to do the controls inside. What's this one do? Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
Anyway, where were we?
Movies and series.
Movies and series.
I have to bring up my fucking things to do that music.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so my series is All of Us Are Dead. Never watch it?
No.
It's a Korean zombie series. It's really good. Koreans know how to do horror. So
anyone wants to
basically,
go
they're
for
in
a
a
toilet
school,
break, now is the
and this
time.
virus breaks out, and they all basically turn into zombies, and it's
Oh, that
very
sounds
violent
good.
and everything. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's really good.
What's it called?
All of Us Are Dead.
I mean,
are
the
we
name
doing
could have been better.
Are we doing the pretend thing now? God, it sounds really good.
Uh huh.
We're
That
doing
sounds super interesting.
Anyway, my movie is Shaun of the Dead.
Love it.
I've watched
Classic.
it, I'd say about 10, 12 times, and I think I might watch it again this evening. I absolutely love it.
One of the best. Or Hot Fuzz.
Why is he one of the most hated actors ever?
I didn't know that.
Simon Pegg?
I don't think he
What?
is.
By
Hated
who?
by whom?
Like people. Even though he's never actually done
That's
anything.
wildly-
It's just a thing on...
I've never heard
I've,
that,
like,
read
no.
it. I think he's
Check it out.
brilliant.
If you Google like, why is Simon Pegg hated, I bet you some stuff will come up. And I don't know why, because like I enjoy his movies, and Shaun of the Dead was really good. And what's the guy?
Excellent.
Frost is the other guy that's
Nick
in it.
Frost.
Nick Frost. He's a new one coming out. I sent you that clip, and Aisling B is in it with him. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Did anything come up?
No.
Could have dreamt it. Could have dreamt it.
Wow, lies.
Yeah.
No, I definitely remember reading stuff
Simon
before.
Pegg and
Literally
his
nothing.
terrible films. That's on Reddit. He seems to deliberately choose roles in films that are poorly written, unfunny, and probably shouldn't have been made. Well, that's a stupid take.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it is.
All his
There you go.
movies are excellent.
Really
Name
good.
another one.
Absolutely brilliant. Hot Fuzz.
Oh yeah. Run.
Paul.
Fat Boy Run was actually really good.
Yeah. There's loads of them.
Paul was good actually as well, yeah.
That was really funny. Absolutely excellent. And he was in The Boys, and he was excellent in The Boys as well.
Yeah. What is happening? Is the world ending?
Car crash. But yeah, I think anything he's ever been in,
That's true actually,
absolutely
yeah.
brilliant.
All right, your series, Chris.
Chris.
Oh yeah. So off the back of what I watched last week, I went on to watch the Haunting of Bly Manor. Not as good as the
That
first
was
one, but I
brutal.
still enjoyed it though. I liked it.
I-
Do you know what it is?
It's
It's the
nice
jump.
cinematography.
Yeah, had they done it the other way around, like if that was the first one and then you went on to watch The Haunting of Hill
Yeah.
House, that would have been a much better
That
one.
would have been the jump to make.
I still liked it though.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. And
Do you know
my
that jump is like, it kind of reminded me of when we were up in Centre Parks.
what
And I was
happened?
jumping into the coal pool, and I thought the coal pool was a lot deeper than it actually was.
Oh no.
And I hopped my 2 heels off the ground and clank. Oh God, that was so sore.
You could have broken
so
your
embarrassing.
legs.
Yeah, I've done that twice now. I done it as well in Portugal last year. Freddie was in the pool.
I wonder
and,
if the third time it'll work as well.
and I hurt both my knees. Jumped in a really shallow pool. I thought it was deeper, and you just meet solidness.
The
There's
fella
something
that
wrong
got
with your
laser eye
eyes.
surgery. Like,
You just meet solidness. It's so unexpected. It's like, that's there really early.
oh, like you jumping
knees
into
are
that
like,
tub with the ice and water.
What are you doing? What?
You just love injuring yourself.
I don't. Oh yeah, I hurt my. Well, I didn't really get hurt that time. I just kind of banged my tailbone.
I've broken my tailbone. It's really, really.
I've never
really
broken anything,
horrible.
which is weird.
Yeah.
And
Not
it
for
isn't
one
for
that
one
wasn't-
to trying.
That's saying.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so your movie.
My movie, I watched The Addams Family again because it's Halloween and stuff. Like, had to absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
so
love that
funny. Do you know
movie.
what? Morticia's character is really funny in it. I watched it on the way home from Boston. It was brilliant. She's very funny. Yeah,
Yes,
it's good.
Angelica Houston.
Boston. Yeah.
Angelica Hugh. Oh, the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1993.
love her. She's beautiful. Excellent actor as well.
Right, Patrick.
Wood. So that sign, the cat holding up the wood sign. Saved by the Bell. When I wake up in the morning and
I used to love that.
Oh, blast from the past. Come in from the school
do you
bus.
remember Slater?
Yeah.
Slater in it was the jock in it. Slater,
Yeah.
Is he dead
he's-
now?
40
No.
years later,
He
has
looks
not aged.
amazing.
Really?
He hasn't aged.
Not at all. Like,
He was like 70. Oh, he was actually older in the series and
he
everything else,
was,
wasn't he?
yeah.
But he's like,
Wasn't
He's
he
in his
arrested
early
for
50s
something?
now, isn't he?
and Screech is dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Screech is dead. That's right. Sorry.
What
so who were you
happened to him
talking
again?
about a minute ago?
Suicide, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, God help us.
And do you remember the other one went in and made a porn movie, a stripper. Do you remember Stripper was called or something? I think the film was called Stripper.
Elizabeth,
Yeah.
what's her
bet.
name? That's right. Yeah.
Oh, Dustin Diamond. Yeah, 1977 to 2021.
What happened to him?
What happened to him?
Suicide, wasn't it?
He
Talk amongst
talks
yourselves.
amongst yourselves.
The Mets.
And what was the main guy, Zach?
Zach? What's
What's his name in real life?
No, it's
No,
gone.
no, it wasn't. So in early January 2021, Diamond was diagnosed with extensive stage 4 small cell carcinoma of the lungs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he died from the disease, age 44,
Oh, my
2021.
God. That's
There he was gone.
Yeah.
It was gone.
And that's my series, and my film is. I was trying to think. I was trying to think of a quote from the film, but let's not.
Oh, God. What is
I'll
it?
say it backwards. Maximus Decimus Meridius. Gladiator.
The Muppet Christmas Show.
Right then. So all of us are dead.
That's probably a niner.
No, not quite. 7.5.
Oh,
Was that your film?
yeah.
My series, 7.5.
What's that on?
What?
What's it on?
Netflix.
All of us are dead.
All of us are dead. It's really good. Or
Interesting.
the Train to Busan is another one, actually. Maybe I should have left that for next week. The zombie,
dead.
Korean.
I must watch that. I'm shocked.
Well, there you go. Haunting of Bly Manor.
I think you're coming in equipped now. That's your thing. Because you know you're really shit at giving recommendations. So you're Googling stuff before you come in.
I don't, I swear to God.
Carry on.
No, up your bum. Haunting of Bly Manor, 7.4.
No, that's a
Okay.
lie.
It's literally here in front of me, like
They
you
were
can.
paid.
Huh?
They were paid because I turned that off after like 2 episodes.
And if you didn't enjoy it, nobody else should either.
Correct.
Saved by the Bell,
That's surely high.
6.
7.1.
Siobhan wins the series. Oh, my God.
Well, I should hope so. She Googled.
Movies then, Shaun of the Dead,
That's high.
5.
7.9. You're good at this game, Patrick. The Addams Family.
Almost as good as you're naming
8.
them.
The Addams Family is 6.9.
What?
Swear to God.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. Gladiator.
I'm not playing anymore.
Gladiator,
10.1.
8.5. Could you stop playing with your boobs and pay attention, please?
Get carried away
That's what you
sometimes.
say to him at school.
Stop playing with your tits. Yeah. It's actually really, it's like, do you know when you're...
Stimming?
Yeah,
It's a stim.
stimming
Yeah.
thing, just flicking. It's a downward drag when you drop it.
I'd love to be able to do it. I can't. Can you imagine if women were...
I'd be such a good stripper. You like this boy? Throw more cash at me. Do you remember My Wife and Kids? Do you remember that series, My Wife and Kids? One of the Wayans was in it.
Oh, yeah.
And he was getting fit. He was going to the gym, and he went to the gym with that guy.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
And he was giving him these weird exercises, and he goes, "Will I look like you? At you? Will I look like you if I do these?" And he goes, "Indeed."
Terry Crews is
I often
like
get
a
caught
nice
doing it,
guy.
you know, because I'll be in a bus or a train or in an airport, something like that, and I get carried away. And I'll just start doing like that. And then get up to like 4 people staring at me and pointing.
Wow.
You like that, you weirdos?
Oh my God. You catch yourself doing it like.
Yeah, because I'll be doing it for 5 minutes without realising.
You're always working out. You're just making it stronger.
Cricketing, isn't it?
Cricketing?
Yeah, it's if you rub your legs together like stimming.
Oh, yeah.
Cricketing, so that's a tit cricket.
And I have one on my finger as well.
A tit. Oh my God.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? In Meet the Parents. He was talking about milking the cat. You know, you can, and we used to milk the cat, and you know, you can just about milk anything. I have tits, Greg. Can you milk me?
Anyway, so there you are now.
So I won.
That's more of it.
By a small margin.
I'm going to have to start deliberately picking shit things just to match you.
Well, we do give recommendations based on what we like.
Yeah,
So do I.
We're
I
not
just
in
like
it to
really
win
good
it. We're
stuff.
just enjoying ourselves.
I just literally named stuff that I enjoyed.
It's the journey, not the destination,
there you go.
or something
what she
to
said.
that effect.
Anyway, if you want to get in contact with us, message the Instagram page or email us at thepodcast1@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you subscribe and like our page. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye.
You don't know how to say goodbye, do you?
No, I get very awkward with hellos and goodbyes. Like it's completely unnecessary. That it should just be a continuous
You can
conversation.
just walk out.
I do.
I'm done
Yeah.
speaking with you. I'm just going to
Yeah,
leave.
just turn and leave, yeah.
I always do that, yeah.
It's all this pageantry with the arrival and then somebody leaving. It's ridiculous. I hate it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Peasant. You're not used to it.
That's it. It's a money thing. What?
I'm Pavo, because anyway.